So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to multiply a set of complex numbers. So before we do anything, I am going to give you a little reminder that I has a value of the square root of -1 and I squared has a value of -1. That is because I squared is the same thing as the square root of -1 times the square root of -1, which in the end it gives me a value of -1. So how I'm going to multiply this, some of you are comfortable using distribution, that's fine, but I'm going to do it with the box method. So I'm going to multiply 3 plus 2i with 2 minus 7i. So we're just going to multiply the real parts and the imaginary parts across. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2i is 4i. 3 times -7i is -21i. And then 2i times -7i is -14i squared. And now what I have to do is I have to combine like terms inside my box. But this term right here, this is a term we're actually going to simplify a little more, because in there I have -14i squared. So this term, because I squared has a value of -1, it's going to turn into -14 times -1. That is because I squared has a value of -1. So that ultimately turns into +14. So the term in the orange. So now I'm ready to combine everything together. So I'm going to combine 6 plus 4i minus 21i, and then plus 14. So 6 and 14 give me 20, and then 4i minus 21i give me -17i, and that is my answer. And my answer is in the form of a plus bi, where I have a real part and an imaginary part. So I have a complex number as my answer. 20 is a real part and -17i is the imaginary part.